Yeah.
So one of the biggest lessons I've had over the past couple of years is the impact of the body on the mind.
Sure.
Not just in the things you eat and the workouts. That
Totally.
definitely makes a huge difference. But the
Yeah.
way you stand, the way you talk,
Yep.
the way you use your face. And you can actually force yourself to do these things. So if you're not in a good mood, if you just smile and pretend you are for a few seconds, your brain will slowly, well, within a few seconds, will start to think, I'm in a good mood, so I better start acting accordingly. I better start shooting these chemicals into the brain because my body's telling me I'm in a good mood. And if you just hold it for 2 minutes or whatever, your body you'll actually see real changes that are empirically verifiable.
Dude, I like that you brought that up and you said that you just got into it for about a year. One of the things that I've always disliked about the kind of self-help, like hacker lifestyle thing is they talk about this sort of like bioenergetics, philosophy or idea, but they never go into it. And so I always steered away from it. And especially working with so
Ah,
many people who had like real like addiction problems and big, yeah, man, I mean, like I work with that. I've worked with that longer than I've worked in seduction, but the consequences can be really high. And that, but anyway, so the thing is we always went emotional, cognitive. Where is that? Like,
yes.
don't worry so much about how you hold your chest. But what's so interesting about that is that in my own journey with all that sort of stuff, the whole bioenergetic side has been very real. That if you do not release it in your body, there's only so much that you can discover and know and find out. And man, it's amazing. Like actually, it came out of one of my courses. There's a martial artist. He teaches something called Wu Chi Fa, and he's an American. It's actually an American martial art, but he studied in China and all that
Oh,
sort of stuff. But it so has to do with the body and the alignment and how you work at it. And dude, man, it's changed crazy things in my life. I mean, it's nuts. I almost don't accredit it to it because it's so subtle, but you cannot deny
yes. Oh,
the different
yes.
changes that have happened. And then in the work that I do with people in terms of recovery and all the sort of addiction stuff, is that, man, it's getting more and more that guys who get involved in yoga, guys who get involved in massage, guys who get
Mm,
involved in just using their body in a way that can slowly, consistently, working out is great. Jujitsu's awesome. I love it. I'd recommend it to people lifting weights or whatever it is. But if you can subtly and consistently do something to see how your body holds on to stuff, man, it's amazing what it does. It's
yes.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a new
Yeah.
revelation to me myself. That it's like, holy shit, dude, this stuff
Mm,
is very very
yeah.
powerful.
Yeah. And even if the guy doesn't, I mean, he can see changes right in 5 minutes. Like definitely working out. In any kind of martial art is good. Um, but I've seen results that I've gotten like in the past, especially the past year, where literally within a half hour, the guy will go from completely defeated, mumbling, unsure of himself, into this totally different character who speaks differently, is moving differently, and is coming up on the fly with new things to say. And here's the research that I discovered was explaining this. So I'd already kind of figured this out before I found this research. But an easy way to access this research is TED.com. TED Talks are awesome. TED.com, last time I checked, the second most viewed TED video of all time. It's by a woman named Amy Cuddy at Harvard, and it's basically a kind of neuropsychology. And she had people standing in various poses, and the power pose, what they call the power pose, had within 2 minutes empirically verifiable results up to, on average, around, I think it was around 20% increase in testosterone just from holding the power pose for 2 minutes, a 15% decrease in cortisol or something like that. It's crazy. I mean, it was a 25% decrease in cortisol. I'd have to check. But go check. For the guys who are watching this, if you don't understand just how powerful the physiology is, go check out that Cuddy video and the research surrounding that. So that's just like the one mainstream video on this research, but this research has been going on for decades already. The influence
But
of the physical body on the brain and how you
Welcome to the 21 Convention Podcast. I'm Steve Maeda. I'm your host of today's episode. And today we have Dr. David Tian. Now, not only is he an alumni speaker of the 21 Convention 2012, Melbourne, Australia, check out his speech. I remember actually sitting in the audience and watching it and just going, man, I am loving this stuff. And just his way of coaching, his way of teaching, keep going with your archetypes. But it's like it isn't just with the Asian American dudes, man. We see that over work harder, be the best, fight for it.
Definitely. Yeah.
It can't be sustained.
Yeah, I take pride in my clientele. A lot of them are achievers. They'll reach out to me because they resonate with my background of this achieving background. So I know this problem really well. So I can tell them here. So basically, the third level, the one that I try to give in the long-term program,
that's man-made or cultural or being sold, but we don't look at everything.
Social risks, because they're coming from a society that got to this point gradually. They're able to navigate the waters a little better. And what I've discovered as well, just getting plugged into pop media in America, is that there's a serious confusion over what's the feminine role and the masculine role. And most women, so there was a period also, and I think it's still common, where men are in this sort of new age phase too. They don't know whether they should be. They're kind of confused. Should I be more like Justin Bieber, or should I be more like the Orlando Bloom, or should I be more like Hugh Jackman? Like they don't know. They don't know what masculinity is. They don't even want to talk about it or think about it. Except your guys who are watching this is awesome. But we've tested ads with masculinity. It's totally foreign concept to them because they do not think about it. Generally speaking, like the average guy.
This is mainly with Asian culture, or this is everybody?
No, it's definitely Asia, but I would say everybody. Yeah. Every time I come back to America, I hear the same confusion.
No, you see it in the States, big time. Yeah, but keep
yeah,
going.
They don't know, should I hold the door open? Is that even a question I should be asking? They don't know what masculine and feminine is anymore because there's this gender.